Welcome back. Today, the Senate Judiciary Committee advancing acting Attorney General Todd Blanche's nomination to a full chamber vote. And Democrats wasted plenty of time turning the hearing into a Capitol Hill circus.
I had root canal yesterday, and when asked if I'd rather come back to the Senate and be a part of this hearing on Todd Blanche or have root canal, I picked root canal.
Then came New Jersey Senator Cory Booker with his impassioned rant.
Love the state of Texas, but I'm going to say it very clear. This is all hat and no cattle. It's hard for me to say this as a plant-based guy, but where's the beef? Where's the beef? This is ridiculous.
Missouri Republican Senator Eric Schmitt was also in that room. His final takeaway from Democrats, quote, so much whining. Judiciary Committee and Joint Economic Committee member Senator Eric Schmitt joins me now. What's that about? What's it all about? Where's the beef, Senator?
I feel like I should send them a bill for the 2-hour therapy session I had to sit through, where each one of them whined incessantly about Todd Blanche. I mean, the reality is what we saw during the Biden 4 years was the weaponization of the Department of Justice against Catholics, parents who show up at school board meetings. What Todd Blanche has done in his first 100 days is to focus that department on taking on violent crime. The murder rate in this country, Will, is at a 125-year low. He's actually prosecuting the bad guys and going after fraudsters in Minneapolis and in California, and the Democrats are frustrated by that. So I don't know what to say other than it was embarrassing for them. Todd Blanche got through the committee today, and he moves on to a full Senate vote, and I'm hopeful that he'll get confirmed.
All right, Senator, I want to ask you about something going on in your home state here. It's Missouri voters are heading to the polls to decide whether to eliminate income tax and replace it with a broader sales tax. It's about a $9 billion tax shift. The income tax produces that much to the state annually. So what I'd love to have, look, everybody loves no income tax. I live in a no income tax state in Texas, but I'd love for you to address two of the biggest concerns. One, if you shift from income tax to sales tax, does that not put an increased burden on people of a lower socioeconomic profile, that it is a regressive tax?
Well, I think right now the rich folks pay a smaller tax burden than working families where I grew up. I grew up in a blue-collar family. My dad worked 7 days a week in the midnight shift. The most important thing you could have done for my dad or for working families right now is to let them keep more of their own money. And by the way, it isn't prescriptive as to where those taxes could come from. You could be taxing data centers, for example, by the way, to make up the difference. It's a gradual reduction to get to zero. I think from Missouri, as a Missourian, Will, not every state is an apples-to-apples comparison, but Tennessee is probably the most like comparison to Missouri. They don't have an income tax. They're growing. Missouri's doing well, but I can be doing much better, I think, if you had a zero income tax. It would be a gigantic billboard saying we want people from Illinois who are fleeing J.B. Pritzker to come to Missouri.
And is it enough? Can you replace an income tax with sales tax and still cover the government's expenditures?
You could, but by the way, we shouldn't exclude the conversation of maybe government's actually spending a little bit too much money right now, right? I mean, I think the idea that Missouri budget has grown in recent years, and I think that this could go a long way in making the legislature, which would have to come in and make these decisions next year, to actually have a full review of the tax code, which isn't happened because we're still stuck with the same tax code we've had for 100 years in Missouri.
Well, you've seen the economic growth in the businesses moving to states like Texas and Tennessee and Florida that don't have an income tax, so you can see the benefits for sure. So I appreciate you addressing some of the concerns. Senator Schmitt, good to see you. Thank you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.